What's up, YouTube? I hope each and every one of you guys are healthy and enjoying life today. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the 2024 Buick Envista Avenir. Huge thank you to ky.hymes over at Koons, Tysons, Chevy, Buick GMC for allowing me to do this video for you guys today. If you are interested in this particular Envista or any GM product with the exception of Cadillac, then I'll be sure to have Kai's information on screen as well as in the description box down below. But with that said, let's get into the video. The past couple days here in Virginia have been chilly and breezy, and today is no different. However, the sun has made an appearance, and that definitely warms things up a bit. But just like usual, first I'm going to talk about the exterior and the performance. So like I said, this is a 2024 Buick Envista Avenir, and this particular one has been painted in Moonstone Gray Metallic. I wanted to preface this video by saying the Envista is an all-new model to the Buick lineup for the 2024 model year, and in my opinion, I think this model, as well as Buick's new design language, is going to revitalize the brand and bring some younger buyers to Buick. But taking a step back, as standard with the Envista Avenir, you get LED daytime running lights, LED turn signals, and LED headlights with IntelliBeam. Now, taking a step to the left, let's take in the entire front end of the Envista Avenir. So you may be able to tell at the center of your front bumper, you have your Buick Tri-Shield logo, and Buick updated their logo in 2023. And then also, just the design of the Envista has just like that sleek and modern design that Buick desperately needs to revitalize their brand. And I think they did a great job here with the Envista. But coming down just a little bit, you get a black chrome mesh style grille, and then you also get some boomerang chrome shaped trim pieces on the outsides of that mesh grille. So there is one. Here is the other one on this side, and then you also get these small gloss black outer grills just beneath your headlights on each side as well. So one thing that's interesting about Buick and then also Chevy is that they are separating the running lights and the turn signals from the headlights. So these are your headlights, and then beneath that, I consider these your outer grills. And then taking a step back just a little bit more, doesn't matter if you get this car in gray, blue, red, this piece right here, which I call your front chin, is always going to be that silver color. And then all the way at the bottom with the Avenir, you get that body color front fascia. And then coming down the side from that body color front fascia, that leads nicely into your body color wheel arch moldings that you also get with the Avenir. And then you also get a side marker light integrated into those wheel arch moldings as well. One thing I wanted to mention about the Envista, and I think that this is not necessarily a mistake, but I think, in my opinion, Buick should add all-wheel drive as an option to the Envista, because as of right now, you can only get the Envista in front-wheel drive. Now, speaking of the front wheels, let's talk about the wheels. So these are the standard and the only wheels you can get with the Envista Avenir, and they are a 19-inch pearl nickel finish wheel wrapped in two 45/45 Continental Pro Contact TX all-season tires. Here's a view of the wheel face. Now I'll give you a view of the tread pattern as best as I can down under there. That's about as good as it's gonna get. This particular Envista Avenir has been optioned with the $795 advanced safety package, which gives you rain sensing wipers. And then as standard with the Avenir, you get body color mirror caps with integrated turn signals, and also as standard, these side view mirrors are heated and manual folding. Like I mentioned just a second ago, this vehicle has been optioned with the advanced safety package. So with the advanced safety package here on the side view mirrors, you get a driver's side auto dimming side view mirror, and then you also get blind spot monitoring. So you will find your blind spot monitoring on the upper left hand side of your driver's side mirror and on the upper right hand side of your passenger side mirror, about right there. Now, taking a step back, here's a little side profile shot of the Envista. Again, I think they did a great job with the design. I love the sloping roof design, and I think the sloping roof design is going to attract a lot of younger buyers to the Buick brand because it looks very sleek. But I'll get to that here in a second, because I wanted to mention that you get satin chrome window trim at the top of your windows, but then you get satin black window trim at the bottom of your windows. You also get body color door handles with keyless access. Just keep in mind, the keyless access function is only on your front two door handles. The rear two door handles do not get that keyless access function. And then also only on your front two doors is where you will find your chrome Avenir lettering, which I'll show you on screen now. And then one thing that's also nice about the Avenir is that instead of satin black door cladding, you get the body color door cladding, which just makes the vehicle look a lot more premium. And again, From these body color front fascia, you get the body color wheel arch moldings, and then you also get that body color door cladding. Again, I think just makes the vehicle look a lot more premium than if all of that stuff was satin black. You also get a capless filler neck back here. All you gotta do is push on that. This will pop open. You get a capless filler neck down in there. 87 octane will do you just fine. And then you can see that satin chrome trim leads here on your rear quarter panel. And then up top here, you get a body color shark fin antenna. You get this gloss black trim piece with your integrated third brake light on that trim piece. You also get a rear window defroster back here. You get LED taillights as standard. And then I also wanted to show you with that sloping roof design, you get that nice subtle spoiler here on your trunk. And again, I'm a huge fan of the sloping roof design because it just makes this vehicle look super sporty, super sleek. And again, I think this kind of design language is going to attract younger buyers to the Buick brand. Me being a younger person, that's how I feel, because I think this thing looks super sleek, and it's actually a pretty darn good value considering what you get. But anyways, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I'm going to mention it again if I did. You get LED taillights as standard with the Envista Avenir. Then you also get your chrome badging here on your trunk. Coming down underneath here, you have your backup camera. And then just to the right of the backup camera, you'll feel for a little pad. If you press on that pad, your power liftgate will open up. You do get a power liftgate as standard with the Avenir. You also get this cargo cover as standard with the Avenir. You get a light on the driver's side of your trunk. You get a little storage cubby down there as well. This is your tow hook down here. And then you get a storage cubby, but it does not go down underneath there here on the passenger side. And then one thing that I like about this vehicle, which a lot of new vehicles are doing away with, is that with the Envista, you get a spare tire, which a lot of new vehicles are doing away with the spare tire for weight savings reasons. And they're giving you a tire inflator kit, but the Envista does give you a spare tire. And then if you took this piece out, I would say that you could probably fit 4 to 5 carry-on suitcases back here in the trunk. But just keep in mind of like your vertical storage space. Because of that sloping roof design, it does take away again from a little bit of that vertical storage space. Really, that's kind of about it for what we got going on. Actually, wait, before I continue on, you also do get folding second row seats, so you get an additional 3 to 4 feet of storage space with those second row seats down. But now that's about it for what we got going on here. If you click on this button, the power liftgate will begin to drop. You can see your backup camera is located right there. And then let's finish things here off here at the rear end, shall we? So coming down here, basically you get this chrome trim piece, and then you get that silver trim piece underneath that chrome trim piece to mimic what you get at the front. Again, like I said, you get that silver front chin, and then here at the back you get that silver trim piece, again, to mimic what you got in the front. Again, I really like the design here of the Envista. This is an all-new model to the Buick lineup, and I think Buick did a great job with the design on this thing, as well as giving you a ton of features for the price point. I'm curious to hear what your opinions are in the comments down below of the new 2024 Envista Avenir. Let me know. Do you think this will revitalize the Buick brand, or do you think it will not? Let me know in the comment section down below. But with that stuff out of the way, let's move into performance. Popping open that hood reveals that 1.2 liter turbo inline 3-cylinder that makes 137 horsepower and 162 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission for a 0 to 60 time in 9.3 seconds. And if you were wondering about fuel economy, you can achieve 28 miles per gallon in the city, 32 miles per gallon on the highway for 30 miles per gallon combined with front wheel drive. As before mentioned, you can only get the Envista in front wheel drive. You cannot get this in all wheel drive. Doesn't matter if it's an Avenir, doesn't matter which trim level, you can only get this in front wheel drive. However, I am going to give GM props for putting an automatic transmission in this thing as opposed to a CVT. I get so much hate in comments that I do with Subaru products with CVTs. Nobody likes CVTs, so GM, you did a great job putting an automatic in this thing. Definitely 703 speed approved. But if you're enjoying the video so far today, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. I'm on my journey to 100,000 subscribers, and I cannot reach my goal without your support. So if you're enjoying the video so far today, if you've learned anything from this video, please just take a second, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment in the comment section down below, and hit that subscribe button. The likes and comments in particular look very good for my channel in the YouTube algorithm, and that is what helps me grow. So I'd appreciate it if you do those 3 things. But with that stuff said, let's move into the interior. Moving on into the interior, like I mentioned earlier in the video, you do get keyless access. So all you have to do is have your key fob in your pocket, walk up to the vehicle, press on this little chrome button right here, and the vehicle will unlock. You can also lock the vehicle by pressing that very same button, and now it is locked. Now I want to walk you through the functions on the key fob. So the Buick Tri-Shield logo is your lock function. That's your unlock function. That's your power liftgate function. You also have your panic function and your remote start function. To remote start the vehicle, you got to lock it first and then press and hold on this button. It'll fire up. And that is what it sounds like when it fires up. And now let's take a look at what the interior here on the Envista Avenir has to offer. So this interior is called the Gideon with ebony accents. You do get leather upholstery on the seat. I think this looks very premium. But we're gonna start over here with our door panel. So at the top of the door panel, you get some satin black plastic, then you get some gray trim, some more satin black plastic, satin chrome door handle, your unlock and your lock functions, a nicely padded armrest with some accent colored stitching. Then you have your side view mirror controls. This button right here is going to restrict your passenger window privileges. You get automatic down windows at all four corners, but you do not get automatic up windows at all. This right here is your power liftgate button. So if you press on that, the power liftgate will open up. You can either open it up all the way, which is what max is, or you can open it up 3/4 of the way, or you can turn your power liftgate off for whatever reason if you wanted to do that. I don't understand why you would do that, but anyways, you can. Now, down here, you get a speaker, then you get some miscellaneous storage space and a spot you could set a water bottle. Coming over to here, you get the Avenir door sill, brushed aluminum. It's kind of like a dark gray brushed aluminum. It looks very, very nice. And now taking a look at the driver's seat, this is what it looks like. Again, very premium looking. You do get a power driver's seat with power lumbar. And here are the driver seat controls. You get two-way power lumbar. And then you get the Avenir stitched into both of the front seat headrests, and then you get that accent colored stitching going down the center of the seat. This is perforated leather. However, you only get heated front seats. But now let's move on into the interior and see what the interior of the Envista has to offer. So like I said, you get keyless access. That also means you get push button start. All you have to do is have the key fob in the interior, push your foot down on the brake, and then push on this. Then that gives you access into your both screens. Now, basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk you throughout the interior, starting with these controls over here. So if I press on this, this is gonna pop out, and now I can brighten and or dim my gauge cluster by twisting this to the left or to the right, and then push that back down when you're done, and that is locked into position. Then this is your headlight control stock, or headlight control switch. So right now, the headlights are in the automatic position. Coming over to here, that is parking lights on, and then all the way to the right is headlights in the always on position. And then if I flip that to the left like that, then the automatic light control turns off. If I flip that to the left again, the automatic light control turns back on. Automatic light control is basically the system in which it turns the headlights on or off when need be. It's very, very nice. Now let's take a listen to the turn signal. That is what the turn signal sounds like here on the Envista. And then coming down to here, if you flip this down, that gives you access into your manual tilting and telescoping steering wheel. So you can bring the steering wheel towards you, you can push it away from you, and you can also move it up and down until you find your comfortable position. Once the comfortable position is found, you just lock it back into place. Now, this is what your turn signal stock looks like. If you press on that button right there, that is going to turn your automatic high beams on or off. Then zooming back out, you get a leather wrapped steering wheel, and this steering wheel is also heated as standard with the Avenir. Now, also on the left-hand side of the steering wheel, you have your adaptive cruise control settings. The adaptive cruise control comes a part of the $795 Avenir Advanced Safety Package. And then also on the back side of the steering wheel here on the driver's side, these are your tuning controls. And then on the back side of this side of the steering wheel, you have your volume control. So these are volume up and down. And now coming over to here, this is to pick up on a phone call as well as speak to the vehicle. This is to hang up on a phone call. And then this scroll knob here, as well as these two buttons, are all to control your 8-inch digital gauge cluster. So we might as well go throughout our digital gauge cluster right now. So up top here, you have your compass. Then you have your fuel gauge. You have your coolant temperature gauge. Down here, you have your fuel range. That is your transmission status stuff. That is your digital speedometer readout. Then you have your odometer over there, and then up top here are your driver assistance features. So again, to go throughout this screen, you have this scroll knob and these two buttons here. So if I clicked on this button, that is going to pop up the audio source information. And then if I wanted to go throughout that, I have my scroll knob, so I can switch between my AM, FM, XM, and my Apple CarPlay stuff. And if I click on this, this is going to pop up my phone stuff here on the screen, but I'm not going to do that because for privacy reasons. But anyways, this is your windshield wiper control stock. You got your push button, start button, and then coming over to here, you have your physical volume control knob. And then just to the right of that is where you will find your 11-inch infotainment system with wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto connectivity. You can see right now on screen, you got the Apple CarPlay stuff displaying. And then all the way to the left, you have all of your different shortcut buttons. So you can shortcut into your audio stuff. You can shortcut into your Apple CarPlay stuff. You can shortcut into your traction control on or off. And then this button right here is going to bring you into basically like vehicle diagnostic stuff. So you got your maintenance stuff you can click on here. It's going to show you your tire pressure stuff, your oil life. Swiping over to here, then you have your engine air filter life. You got some different gauges that you can go throughout. Then you also have your trip stuff. You can see your battery voltage stuff. You can press show in cluster and it will show you your gauge cluster. It will show you your battery voltage stuff here on your gauge cluster. Then you can remove it from the gauge cluster. And then you also have your trip information stuff. Coming down one more, this is your home button. So if you click on that, that brings you into your home screen. This is what the home screen looks like. You got your wireless Android Auto stuff, your wireless Apple CarPlay stuff. You can pop up your climate control stuff throughout this screen. I'll show you what that looks like. So when the climate control system is on, that is what it looks like throughout that screen. Again, clicking that home button brings you back into this screen. You get your different settings. So if you go into here, you get your system settings. So you get your Wi-Fi stuff, all of these different things. You got your vehicle settings that you can go throughout as well. I'll show you this screen. This is what the vehicle settings screen looks like. You can go throughout all of that stuff. Then you got your different apps over here, audio stuff, phone stuff, and your OnStar stuff. And then this is a Wi-Fi hotspot capable vehicle. So you do get a Wi-Fi hotspot with this vehicle, which is very awesome. And that is something that I really enjoy about GM vehicles is the Wi-Fi hotspot. So you can connect your laptop to this vehicle. You can connect your phone to the vehicle. So it's just a very useful system, a very useful feature. And then over here, you got your two HVAC vents. This is your physical climate control stack. All of this stuff throughout here is gloss black. Then you have your hazard button there. This is a single zone climate control vehicle. And I'll show you what the climate control system looks like when it is on. So that is what it looks like when it is on. Down here, you get your temperature stuff, fan speed stuff. And then again, like I mentioned, you do get heated front seats as standard with the Avenir, and you get 3 levels of adjustability with those heated front seats. Coming down just a little bit more down here, you get a USB-A port, a USB-C port, a 12-volt power outlet, and then you also get a wireless charging pad for your phone as standard with the Avenir. I have an iPhone 14 Pro Max, and it fits down in that wireless charging pad, no problem, as you may be able to tell. Zooming back out, this is your gear shifter. You got your reverse, neutral, drive, and low. And then these buttons right here are to upshift and or downshift on the transmission. I do believe you have to be in low in order to upshift and or downshift. So yeah, this is, you gotta be in L in order to upshift and downshift. This is upshift, this is downshift. Then you get an electronic parking brake. Pull up on that and the parking brake will engage. If you wanted to disengage the parking brake, you have to push your foot down on the brake, push against that, and the parking brake will disengage. Coming over here, you get 2 cup holders. Right now you can see I have a Brita water bottle in there and it fits no problem. Then you get some miscellaneous storage space throughout here. You could set your key fob if you wanted to and stuff like that. Then you get a nicely padded armrest. Opening up the armrest, I would say you probably get about maybe 10 inches of depth down in there. So good amount of storage space down in there, but you get no connectivity down in there, like no 12-volt outlet, no USB ports or anything like that. Then up top here, you get your tweeters and your A-pillars. This is what the dash looks like. So I'll give you a little dash view throughout here. That is what the dash looks like. Then coming over to your glove box, you do not get a lockable glove box, but you get quite a bit of storage space in that glove box, which is definitely nice. Then you get 4 HVAC vents throughout the dash. One thing that's also nice about this vehicle is that you do get an auto dimming rear view mirror as standard. Definitely nice. Then up top here, lets you know if your passenger airbag is on or off. You get your OnStar stuff. And then if you click over here, that is the light. So you got to click like that and then the light will turn on. So that is your instant dome light on button. When this is flush like that, that is basically when you open up your doors, the lights will turn on. And then if you have the left side pushed up, now when I open up the doors, the lights will not turn on. And then up top here, this particular vehicle has been optioned with the $795 power moonroof. So this does slide and tilt. So these are your, see if I can pick that up on camera. Left side is your slide function, right side is your tilt function. So if I press on that, the sunroof will slide backwards. See if we can't get it to go any further back. Okay, if you click it twice, then it will open up all the way. And then just press that and the sunroof will close. That's the speed in which it closes. And then if I click right here, that is going to tilt the sunroof open. And then you can close that right back up. Coming over to the visor, you get a little clip here on your visor. You can set any small paper product. And then also what's nice about the Avenir is that you get a vanity mirror with 2 vanity lights. And then opening this up, this does not slide. So I'm actually surprised to see that the visor does not slide. So this is fixed in position. And then right here, you get a Bluetooth mic pickup for your Bluetooth phone. And I gotta say, these front seats are actually pretty dang comfortable. The driving position is great. So no complaints. And again, I think this is a great value for what you get for the money. Because I think this interior looks super premium. I think the outside also looks premium and also sporty at the same time. So I think Buick did a great job with the design of both the interior and the exterior of the Envista for the money, especially. Now, a couple things I wanted to go over. Again, this vehicle's been optioned with the $795 Avenir Advanced Safety Package, which gives you adaptive cruise control, lane change alert with blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert. You get the driver's side auto dimming rear view mirror, and then you also get the rain sensing wipers. This vehicle has also been optioned with the $795 power moonroof. And then a couple things I wanted to mention or highlight that you get as standard with the Envista Avenir is that you do get heated front seats, the heated steering wheel, the power driver seat with the power lumbar. You also get the wireless charging pad. You get the active noise cancellation. I think they call it Buick quiet tuning. And then you also get the auto dimming rear view mirror, which is definitely very nice. Now I'm going to throw the entire window sticker on screen and you can take a look at whatever you want to. Take a look at the safety stuff that you get as standard. Take a look at the options that this vehicle has. And then also you can take a look at the government safety ratings and so on and so forth. But basically I'm just going to highlight the MSRP. So the MSRP of the way that this particular 2024 Envista Avenir is spec'd is $31,285. And again, I think this is a great value for your money, considering it is a very nice driving vehicle. It's a very nice feeling vehicle here on the interior, and I also think it looks great from the exterior's perspective as well. But now I want to show you what we got going on here in the rear seats before moving into the driving portion of the video. So this is what the rear door panel looks like. Let's see how far these rear windows go down. They go all the way down, then you get a nicely padded armrest. Most of this is satin black plastic, but this is your padded armrest. Then you get some storage space, and you can also set a water bottle there if you wanted to as well. You also get a speaker. Then this is what the rear seats look like. If I pull on this right here, that is going to fold flat to the second row seats. So you can see you get that fold flat storage space for an additional about 4 feet or 3.5 feet of storage space. Then you can fold that back up, but just be mindful that you might want to grab your seat belt before folding that back up so that doesn't get locked in there. But now stepping on here into these rear seats. So up top here, you get an O-poop handle, and you also get a spot you could set your dry cleaning. You get a seat back pocket behind the driver's seat. You also get a seat back pocket over here behind the passenger seat as well. Then you get a USB-A port, you get a USB-C port, and you get a spot you can set your phone while it is charging, while plugged into one of those USB ports. And then over there, you get an O-poop handle, but you do not get a spot you could set your dry cleaning, only an O-poop handle on that side. Then you get your dome lights back here. Then you get a Bluetooth mic pickup for a Bluetooth phone and a center fold down armrest with 2 cup holders. And this armrest is nicely padded. I am actually very surprised by the amount of leg and knee room that I have. I am 5'9" and I am adjusted behind myself. I've got plenty of knee and leg room. Here's another view of my knee and leg room. So surprisingly, there's a good amount of space for passengers here in the rear. I think even if I was like 6 foot tall, that might be pushing it, but being 5'9", I still have a good amount of headroom left over, which I'm actually surprised at the amount of headroom that I have, considering of that sloping roof design. So it's actually pretty usable here for, you know, full grown adults. So that is definitely nice. And again, I think this is a great value. I think the interior is very nice. I think the exterior looks great as well. But really, that's kind of about it for what we got going on here with the Envista Avenir. So, you know, we've talked about the exterior, we've talked about the performance, and now we've talked about what's going on here in the interior. So I want to see what this thing's like to drive, as I'm assuming you guys do as well. So I'll see you guys in the driver's seat. All right, now onto the driving portion of the video. Take a listen. I really like how it has an automatic transmission as opposed to a CVT. That is definitely a major win, and I'm absolutely ecstatic actually to see that GM put an automatic in this as compared to a CVT. That just makes the driving experience much more enjoyable. If I did have to have a complaint, I know, I am happy with the automatic. I just wish that maybe they would have put like an 8-speed automatic transmission. Can't complain that it has an automatic, but an 8-speed would have been a little bit nicer. Not saying that the 6-speed is bad, but an 8-speed would have been nice. But honestly, I can't really complain. I'm just happy to see that there is an automatic transmission in this as compared to a CVT. Overall, this thing rides very, very nicely. It goes over bumps very nicely, and it handles well as well. You know, one thing about GM products is that they have a really good suspension, or they have really good suspensions. Doesn't matter if it's a Chevy, a Buick, a GMC, or a Cadillac, they all have very good suspensions when it comes to the handling department. And I'm even talking about, surprisingly, if you're surprised, the Suburbans and the Tahoes and the trucks and stuff. Here's a nice little normal acceleration. So it's got good pep, just don't expect it to be fast or quick, because it's not fast or quick. But the reality is that it's going to get you where you need to be, and it's going to get you where you need to be efficiently, if not quickly. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's not going to be quick, but it's going to get you where you need to go efficiently, and it's quick enough. You know what I mean? Like if you're doing, like, here, I'll do like a little stop here. Nobody's behind me, don't worry. But I'll do just a nice little regular acceleration here. Like, it's, for normal accelerations, it's got more than enough get up. Like, I don't feel like it's anemic when you're just doing like a regular around the town acceleration. You only really feel like it's anemic when you get it like 75% throttle. Then you're like, okay, well, this thing's definitely not quick or fast or anything like that. But, you know, like I said, if you don't care about power and you just care about getting to where you need to be efficiently while still being quick enough, then this is a great vehicle for you. Here's like 50% throttle. Like I said, it's not like slow, but it's not like quick, but it's definitely quick enough for a lot of buyers out there who don't care about speed and just want good fuel economy, but also want something that's quick enough. And that is what this is. It's quick enough. It's just not quick. It's not fast, but it's efficient, and it's going to get you where you need to go. And I don't think, if you really don't care about power or anything like that, I don't feel like you're going to feel like it needs more power, if that makes sense. Now, talking about the sound system is surprisingly good for a standard sound system. The only thing that I wish that this vehicle could have would be like an optional Bose sound system. I think that they should have put, at least as an option, the Bose sound system, especially for the Avenir trim level. But I went through the options and I didn't see a Bose sound system. So if there is a Bose sound system, I'll put it on screen, but I don't believe that there is. But even the standard sound system actually sounds pretty dang decent considering the price point of this vehicle. Now, this one is pretty much fully optioned. You know, the only options you can get include the advanced safety package and the sunroof, and there's like a front license plate bracket that you could get. But when it comes to the packages, this thing's loaded up. It's got the only package that you can get, which is the advanced safety package, which gives you the adaptive cruise, the blind spot monitoring, the rear cross traffic alert. So I do believe that if you're going to be getting the Envista Avenir, I think that that is a package that is definitely worth the money. It's only $795. I know that is a lot of money, but when you're speccing out a vehicle and that gives you the blind spot monitoring, it gives you the auto dimming driver mirror here on the exterior, it gives you the adaptive cruise control, it gives you just the nice convenience features that you would otherwise want if you didn't have them. For $795, I think that is a great value for that package. Now, overall, I think this vehicle is a great value. You know, like I mentioned, I think it looks great, it drives great, it's quick enough, it gets good fuel economy. The only real gripe, I guess I would say, that I would have with this vehicle, which isn't necessarily a gripe, is that you can only get it in front wheel drive. You cannot get this in all-wheel drive. I would have liked to see all-wheel drive as an option. Again, I don't really think that's that big of a deal, but it would have been nice to see all-wheel drive. So take that in consideration if you are driving this thing. Really, at least where I'm at in the Northeast in Virginia, you don't need all-wheel drive. So front-wheel drive will do you just fine. You get better fuel economy with front-wheel drive. But you know, if you live in an area that does snow a lot, you might want to take that into consideration. Even though front-wheel drive vehicles do relatively decent in the snow, all-wheel drive is definitely just a little bit better. But really, that's kind of about it. Again, it drives great. I think it looks great. It's very comfortable here in the driver's seat. I think the seat position is also very comfortable for the driver as well. And again, I just think it is an overall great value vehicle. But that's it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy the video, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. Like I said, I'm on my journey to 100,000 subscribers, and I cannot reach my goal without your support. So if you enjoyed this video in any sort of capacity, if you learned anything from this video, please just take a second, give the video a thumbs up, leave a comment in the comment section down below, and hit that subscribe button. Like I said, the likes and comments in particular look very good for my channel in the YouTube algorithm, and that is what helped me grow. So again, I'd appreciate it if you did those 3 things. But again, that is it for today's video. I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.